What's up, nerds? What's up, nerds? Goz Master here with another Magic the Gathering puzzle quest. Today's quest is a delayed, but better late than never, final spoiler for the upcoming MKM Murders at Karlov Manor release coming out, hopefully full previews this week, and then the rest of the release the week after that. I'm not sure. I have no insider trading on that. I just know that this was spoiler week, but it actually ended yesterday. If you're watching this on the 23rd, it was ended on the 22nd. The reason I have been off of things and haven't been commenting on much stuff in my servers is passed away. My mother-in-law passed, and my wife's. It was a big family thing. Appreciate all the condolences that were coming out. And I don't want to make this a sad video, but you know, it's been a very sad week, and Julie passing, and then losing my mother-in-law almost right after that. Been a tough week. That said, appreciate you guys. You know, on a serious note, I know that everything that goes on here is a silly little game. This is really one of my favorite places to be in the world, is to hang out with you nerds, to be around good people most of the time, and sharing a good time and a good laugh and being silly and just being able to embrace our inner nerd. This is a really solid place to be able to do that. So if you're not in the Discord already, you really should be. Lots of awesome people that share, teach, and help you build, and really one of the most powerful communities in gaming that I've ever been a part of. And the Discords are a big reason for that. Any help you need, there's a lot of people in there to offer support, and even just the outpouring of support that's happened for Julie and her family, her husband, Alan. My sincerest condolences if you are seeing this, guys. I will be posting a link below to a place that you can make donations. Actually, I shouldn't do that on this video because this is a sponsored video. So I'll put that in the Discord so you can get in there and be able to, if you want to support the family monetarily or even in kind words, you can get into the Discord and make that comment there. I'll create a separate section for it so that you'll be able to easily find that. But that said, that is that. You should be in the community. It's awesome. Second thing I want to say is a big gratitude, grateful, thank you, heartfelt, emotional, just you guys rock, to Webcore. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to be part of this spoiler season for the last couple of days. This was a lot of fun. It was a nice distraction while all the real IRL stuff was going on. To be able to be a part of this and to share this. But without further ado, my friends, let's get into the card. Cease and Desist. It's a two-sided card. This little emblem down here means it's flippable. We used to have, I forget which block we had this in, but this was a card that came through it. So 10 mana for Cease. Exile all cards from target graveyard. Your opponent discards a card, you draw a card, and you gain 4 life. This is 3 colors, so it is fetchable by Meeting of the 5, which is great, and it gives it full mana when you do that. Now, exile all cards from target graveyard. I'm going to be honest with you, this side of the card isn't that great. This is not something that I would typically play with that makes me think that it's something worthwhile. There's probably a couple cards that will combo with it to be able to use it for like exile, the number of cards that are in their exile, punishment, kind of damaged kind of things. Neat, nice, okay. Not super significant, especially with the very OP meta that we have right now. It's ridiculously strong, ridiculously strong to be able to win very quickly with all the cards that are in standard meta. We're about to get another set on top of that. Oh my gosh, it's the biggest meta we've ever had for standard. That said, there probably is some synergy that we'll discover later with this side. So I'm not completely discounting this side whatsoever, but I will talk about the next side, which is desist, cease and desist, right? Legal terms, legalese. Now this costs 18 mana. It is still the same 3 colors, and it's a very simple card. Nuke the board, destroy all gems. I love cards like this because they work really well in combos. Mostly, this card gets a question mark asterisk, further disclaimers necessary. Now, the function of this side of this card destroys all gems. So let's talk about that a minute, because that could mean a few different things. This is open to context. When we say destroy all gems, are we talking supports? Are we talking improvised gems, or improved gems, I should say? Are we talking about I don't know, emblems? Does that impact things? Now, historically, there have been cards that have gone both ways. This effect can go both ways. The first of which could be that it just does non-improved, non-enhanced, non-support gems. So it nukes all of the other gems. We have seen other cards like Star of Extinction, which is basically something that says deal 10 damage to each creature and then destroy all the gems. That does take it does 1 point of damage to each shield, or removes 1 shield from each gem on the board, and it's nice. It's nicety. I like the Nuki. It is very Oppenheimer. I am become gem death. And I like that a lot. I would love for it to be able to do something to the effect of destroying everything on the board, including supports and vanguards and those things. Will it impact vanguards? Oh, so many questions. It's 3 simple words, destroy all gems, but it raises so many more questions. What do you think it's going to do? And we have evidence of both ways. So this card could swing in many different directions, my friends. It's the 2020s. You know, it's those wild swinging 20s. Lots of things can happen. Don't yuck my yum. I don't know. Whatever you want to say. A couple of downsides to this is it's not loopable. This is the one thing I was going to say. It's not loopable unless, let me give you some insights. So Webcore, if this works like cards with the flip ability like this, and we use Meeting of the Five to get this card in hand, it's going to get full mana. It's going to have 10 mana though, and it'll automatically cast. Now here's the kicker. I thought for a second maybe it won't cast because they don't have any more cards in their graveyard. But aha, exile all cards from target graveyard, then your opponent discards a card. So if I have 4 of these in a row, for some reason, and they cast one right after the other, there will always be at least 1 card in their graveyard, in the opponent's graveyard. So I can't just draw this card in the hand with Meeting of the Five and not cast it. The only time it may not cast is if I Meeting of the Five and they have no cards in yard. Maybe it red dots, maybe it red blips, and doesn't cast because there's no cards in the yard. Or does it fire off and then it does the rest of the stuff anyways? I don't know. I don't know. So many questions. So many questions. So yeah, I would love for this card to give me a choice. If I cast Meeting of the Five and it draws in a hand, it gives me a choice. Hey, which side, while it's entering my hand, which side do you want it to be on? Do you want it to be on Cease or do you want it to be on Desist? I would like that because I would rather get this in a hand with 10 mana or if I'm fetching with Meeting of the Five, give it full 18 mana. That would be chef's kiss, because then I could loop. I have a sinking feeling it's not going to work that way. Now, I am still very curious to play with this card. I'm still very curious to see how it functions. I'm really curious to see what it decimates and what it doesn't. But all that to say, in the end of the day, I'm very excited for the new set, to see these new mechanics, to see these new cards. And I think this card, out of the 3 spoilers I got at least, this one for me has the most playability, simply because I like nice combo things, or at least gems destroying things. We'll see. That said, my friends, are you excited about this card? Are you excited about the new set? Comment below, like, subscribe. As always, we're on a mission to get to 1,000 subs. I think we're less than 20 away now, or 25, something like that. We're getting close, and I have something special for once we hit our 1,000th subscription. We're getting close, my friends. So be that person, be that dude, be that girl, be that guy, be that person, be that they that jumps in here, clicks on the button, joins the community. It makes a big difference in our lives. In that, get into the Discord. Appreciate you. I know, nerds, for very heartfelt gratitude. I know you guys can be anywhere in the world. Choose to spend this time with us here. Thanks, man. I truly value your attention is one thing, but also your engagement, your participation, and just having you around. It's really awesome. It's one of my favorite places to be, and I appreciate you, and you're a big reason for that. So thanks, man. Thank you. And until our next quest, my friends, I think our next set of videos are gonna be spoilers, like the full run of all the cards previews. So I'm excited for that. Till our next quest, my friends. Swords up. And hey, hug somebody you love, man. You just don't know when those things are gonna happen. Hug somebody you love. Rock on.